Hello, GTPlanet, and everybody joining us today for this practice session for the GT Academy 2014 finalists. I'm your host, Jordan Greer, and I'm joined by Edward Gomez, a former race camp finalist himself from GT Academy. Eddie, say hello.
Hi. Nice to be here. Thanks for inviting me and letting me watch and commentate and ruin the entire stream.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you hosting the races and everything. I know you've got a lot more experience than I do as a host, and you do a great job at it. So thanks for all your help. I really appreciate you coming out here to help. So let me review the format here. We're going to have 4 races, and it's sort of mini championship sorts. And we're going to it's going to be really close. We're going to have just a point separating each finishing position. So first place will get 12 points, second place 11 points, so on and so forth. And then at the end we'll tally them all up and see who wins. Of course, any ties will be determined by the most first place finishes, second place finishes, and of course, as you may have heard, the prize is, of course, a wonderful copy of GTPlanet, GTPlanet's Guide to the World of Gran Turismo, which, of course, everybody is clamoring to get their hands on. So this is there's a lot on the line here today for these guys. It's not just about practice, but mainly we just want to have fun. Me and Eddie will be just chit-chatting during the races, and should be fun to watch. So thank you everybody for joining us. Hopefully we'll have some fun and we'll have a good time. So Eddie, what's the plan here for our first race?
Well, the first race, as I told the guys, that it wasn't going to be but it is. And it's going to be with the Uncle 4 GTR for full name being the Skyline GTR. So that'll be an interesting little challenge for them, because the car understeers a lot. This track is deceptively challenging. Seems kind of straightforward, but once you get into the race, it's like, wow. So there'll be no practice. I mean, there'll be no qualifier this time. That was the last time we did the qualifier. It'll just be thrown into the room random, or into the grid random order to start the race. Start that up here in a second. Now I'm getting a ton of friend requests. It's like, which is lagging in the speech. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Fortunately,
okay, you're a popular guy.
Yeah, I'm always popular once the event starts, and it's too late for that opinion. But yeah, we're gonna have a good race. You guys are gonna really fight it out, wanting to get their sea legs under them, really, because some of them haven't played in a while, and it's just really interesting seeing it from guy to guy, how fast they can activate themselves. It takes me a while. As somebody like I'm not sure who came back after a while. I know Outlaw wasn't playing so long, but he came back just in the ground running. With somebody like GM Matthew, he's been playing a lot in the past year or so. Yeah. So I'm gonna announce to the room real quick, and if you want to take over a little bit, Jordan, while I talk to these guys.
Certainly. Yeah, I'm getting some feedback on the stream. I think I had a little misconfiguration on the audio there, but should be fixed now. So I'm gonna mention this in the chat. And I know my typing will be kind of loud because I have a loud keyboard, but there's nothing I can do about that. So, but yeah, it's interesting. You know how you were saying some of these guys, you know, maybe a little out of practice, but that's one thing that I think is so important with these practice sessions, and it's that they're actual races. You know, because the hot lapping in the first part of the academy is one thing. You know, you have to qualify, and you have to, you know, you have to really be committed, and you have to be quick, and you have to be willing to invest a lot of time. But once you make it to that point, then you have to be fast in a racing situation. You have to think on your feet, because that's how things work at national finals, which is where most of these guys are headed. And the way that's worked in the past is they put the guys up against each other in groups of 4, and they do a very similar format to the way we're doing it here, with a simple championship point system. When it's really close together, everybody's separated by 1 point, and they will be points will be tallied up at the end, and that will determine who actually moves forward to race camp at Silverstone. So it's not just, GT Academy isn't just about hot lapping, it's about being quick in game races as well. So it's the importance of these practice rounds cannot be overstated, I think, and I'm glad to see that a lot of our guys on GTPlanet are taking full advantage of the community and our stream here, and getting an experience of what it's like to really race under a little bit of pressure. I know there's not too much on the line today, but you know, there's people watching, you know, and people are going to see what they do, and that just adds a little bit of suspense or pressure to the whole situation, and it changes the way you drive. So I think that's an important thing to be comfortable with before you go to New York.
It certainly is, yes. I'm really glad we could do it for him and have something like this going this year. So thanks a lot for, you know, encouraging everyone to get in and putting it together. So it'll be a lot of fun. I'm currently just finishing up the settings. We're going to do 8 laps at the fabled Grand Valley Speedway. I'll set the race to start automatically so we can get the rest of the guys jumping in here. What do you say? We've given 5 minutes of practice?
Yeah, we'll give them 5 minutes, give them a lap or two to get comfortable here. Looks like we're getting close to 100 people on the live stream, which is cool.
Nice. Welcome, new people. We hope you're going to enjoy the racing, because it's going to be really entertaining for us.
Yes. Yes, it is. Yes. Oh, and for those of you who don't know, Eddie is actually the host of the GTPlanet podcast, which we have an episode coming out here pretty soon, don't we? Is that
hopefully today.
You recorded one just the other day?
Yep.
Great.
So be on the lookout for that. It should be a really good one, since it's wrapping up a lot of content and news that's been coming out over the past few months. So yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. And recorded it with Riley and talked a lot about recent controversies, like standards making a return, supposedly, allegedly, stuff like that. So yeah.
Allegedly.
don't want to put it in stone yet, but certainly talked about it.
Yeah, it's really been a lightning rod issue over the past couple of days, since those of you who haven't heard, unless you've been living under a rock or not on GTPlanet, there's Kazunori mentioned that standard cars may be making a return to Gran Turismo 7, which everybody has an opinion about that, so we'll have to see what ends up happening. But yeah, but aside from that, there's a lot of lot of things happening in GT6 with the FIA championship, the FIA partnership, and all that coming up. It's the new Vision GT cars, lots of news from Goodwood track update. Yeah, you guys had a lot of good material for a podcast episode, so I'm looking forward to watching that or listening to that myself.
Yeah, it was fun to cover it all. And over the summer they've really picked up the pace for whatever reason on development and releases. So, people have wanted to go outside, and it's another thing that I'm sure people living in places where it snows and such, or where they don't have as great weather in the winter, they were holding out during the winter, thinking, "Oh, we're gonna get all these things," and then summer hits, and they're like, "Oh, no, I really want to stay inside." All this awesome stuff's coming out, but yeah, it's okay. People in the southern hemisphere, though, it is winter for them, though, so it's okay.
Yeah. I think everybody kind of thought it would sort of be like it is now after the game came out, but it's here, which is great. So now we can just got to enjoy it, and I think they've got a lot more stuff coming up too. From what I hear, it's going to be a pretty good summer for everybody involved. So I think there's definitely a lot to look forward to. So I'm very optimistic about what's to come. And this next update should be a big one too. So
yeah,
looking forward to that.
So they're asking me if it's slowest first. There is no random grid order. So I said it's slowest first.
Yeah.
Maximum entertainment.
Yes, maximum entertainment. That's what we're here for. Fun. Looks like the race will be starting here pretty soon. Gonna jump into spectator mode.
It is such an awful track for an all-wheel drive car because you have so many slow turns, and then mixed with incredibly fast turns. So it's just like, all-wheel drive does well on the low turns, slow turns. I don't know why I'm saying low turns and high turns, but it just the understeer kicks in when you're really having to get a big turn in, and when you're trying to power out, especially that middle complex that I'm not always the best at, that left-hander going into the tunnel. Mm-hmm. Where the big concrete patches are.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta give that name a section.
Yep, that is a
relating to hardship.
Yeah, that's a classic Gran Turismo hard turn, I think.
So the race is about to start. You got some beautiful R34s running around in their final laps trying to get situated. So who are you checking out?
Yeah, I was
who are you
just
going to watch for
checking
the start of the race?
Just checking the lap timings, and definitely looks like Outlaws.
Yeah, Outlaws got an advantage. And on reverse pull, we got T-Guns.
Here we go. False starts will be penalized.
All right. All lights on.
Uh-oh. I saw a false start from Zip
off.
Tie, I believe.
Oh, yeah, he's dragging. All right, so he's out of the picture for now. Leading up the front, we got GM Matthew, who smartly did not set a fast lap. You got to watch out for this guy. All right, so they're doing well. It's not as dangerous as everyone thought it would be. But Lloyd's lead. Oh no, Lloyd's lead.
Everybody
had the same
came through
idea.
the first turn.
So Tikan's still holding everybody back. I thought he might have giving up this, but maybe he's another smart alien. I'm not sure of his ability yet. I know, just to give you a quick rundown, Lloyd's Elite was second place overall in North America. As we see R.C. Clark going a little too wide, coming into turn 4, I believe it's. So yeah, Lloyd's is really quick as he goes side by side into the end of the first sector with T-Guns. GTP Matthew is also another really quick guy out of England. Does a lot of WRS racing. Oh, getting their elbows out there. D. Griffin, huge oversteer moment going into the first tunnel. But they're doing really well. This is a clean race. I mean, I'm glad I picked the R34 because this is a very stable car. You can, punch people around in it and be a lot better off than if you were in a twitchy rear-wheel drive car. So this is a good first car to use, I think. As we see everyone going through the bridge and the second sector. Really cool. A nice mix of colors that we got going on too. A lot of black and blue.
Yeah.
One yellow, one beige. But you can't go wrong with the blue skyline. It's just classic. And wow, Lloyd's is really pulling a gap already. He seems to be liking this combo. Guys are at the penultimate corner.
He's got a pretty good lead out there.
Kicking up some dirt as they grab as much of that last corner entry kind of curb. And here we go. This is the part I've always looked forward to in a big race. Going into the first turn. The kink in the first turn. Super, super sketchy. No matter how good you think you are in a pack. But they all get through really nicely.
Yeah, everybody's keeping it clean so far. This is good stuff.
We shouldn't be act surprised. We're all like, I can't believe they're so clean. This is amazing. They are pretty high caliber. So, whoa, and Lloyd's almost lost it going into the first turn. Giving Matthew a nice carrot to chase. But no, it's not going to be that easy, Matt. T-Gun's doing really well, staying in third place. D. Griffin right behind.
Yeah, there's still quite a bit of fighting going on here near the back of the pack between Hero and Outlaw and Clark. These guys are really going for it.
So I can go all the way back to 0, and that selects the 10th place guy. There's no way to select 11th place with the keyboard. If you haven't seen the update news, you can actually plug in your USB keyboard and select drivers with the number pad or the numbers on your above your home row or whatever that row is called. Got a kind of a cool little battle going on between ATW Hero and Outlaw, who's in 6th place. Doug is right behind him. And you got RC Clark falling back behind them as they go through this last turn. Everyone's trying to take advantage of the draft. D. Griffin doing a good job of it to get around T-Guns as Matt and Lloyd leave them further back. Oh, really bad braking job going into the first turn there, but they survived. And it looks like 6th, the battle for 6th is also, or 5th rather, also went through cleanly.
Yeah, there's so much going on. It's hard to stay on top of this, and as the producer here,
yeah,
there's so much going on.
Now we got T-Gun and D. Griffin going side by side for battling for 3rd place, and the battling actually allowed Gonzago or ATW Hero to catch up. Gonzago having been in the national finals since 2012. Doing a repeat in 13, And coming back again. Whoa, and a huge moment. And
Yeah.
ATW Hero barely dodging that huge spin right in front of him of who was that spun out? It was
Griffin.
RC Clark or D Griffin,
Was
right? Oh, and
D Griffin, yeah.
yeah, where is he now though? Is he 11th? Okay, dead last.
Yeah, he's way
Fortunate
back,
for him.
yeah.
Bad luck. That turn is really tough when you're under extreme pressure like that. Because you just want to get the power on so early. And it's so easy to spin out.
I'm watching Doug right now in 6th place.
Yep.
Fighting with T-Guns. There's a great group of 4 of them right there, all running closely together.
So I really like the way that the field's been spread out, actually, because I was afraid that people were just going to get stuck in slowest order qualifying positions, but the guys that were in front just kind of neatly fell back in a, sorry to say, entertaining way. It's fun to watch, but I'm sure they'll get better. T-Gun's holding it together really well, though. And Doug trying to get around him.
Yeah, that's what I'm watching right now.
Oh, so close. Understeer, understeer. Little love tap going to the first turn. He's really close to braking too late, catching some of that sand, but he was able to wrestle it back into line. And he's on his quarter panel again.
A tricky turn.
Trying his best to stay clean. He's just giving really light sparring boxing jabs. No heavy contact. Doing really well. But wow, is he all over his rear. Oh, and he kind of...
I think he got him.
Yeah, he got him for sure going into that complex. Which is like turns 5 and 6, I believe. And here we go. ATW Hero and Outlaw. So Outlaw's ahead of him now, and ATW Hero, or Gonzago as I'll call him from now on, if you don't mind. He's right on his rear as well. Oh, and he's going too wide now. He's lost his... looks like he's lost some ground, but he'll be able to get it back easily on the straight if he keeps it together. And Lloyd is just way out there. What is the gap that he's got? Like 4 seconds on 2nd place.
Yeah, it's pretty dominant performance from Lloyd's here.
We've got a good battle, actually.
But there's a lot of points up for grabs, you know, because of our format. So he, you know, if he has a bad race in front of him, you know, it's definitely a lot of racing to go. So anything could happen.
And it will happen, as we've seen.
And it will happen.
Hopefully, because those are the fun ones. Okay, so who are you watching right now?
Right now, I'm watching T-Guns. Keep checking back. It looks like some of the action is going around here with Zip
like
Ties back in 9th.
Yeah. It's trying to leap over the 2 Brits ahead of him. But they're doing really well, keeping it together. Seems like they're working together a little bit as well. It's always interesting to think about, rather, whether you'd see 2 national finalists working together in races, if they already have like a clean sweep of the race, or they're dominating the race. You can like there's things that you can do to help keep keep the other guys from behind you catching up. Because if you battle instead, then it makes it easier for the guys to catch up, obviously. But if you work together in like bump drafts and stuff like that, I wonder how the stewards would take to that. I've never seen it myself yet, because it's just so cutthroat, and friendships tend to drop. they tend to stay at the door when you're getting in to race in nationals. But and Sibtai has a moment with that illustrious bridge, crashes into the barrier, so loses some
illustrious
ground on
bridge.
2 guys. It's really nice. Nice shade of blue. Looks like, yeah, T-Guns is still pretty close, so he'll have another shot at getting his exit out of the second to last turn wasn't too great, but he should be able to get right up on Doug's rear. Doug being don't GAF about anyone. And he was in Nationals last year. To give you a quick, rundown through the guys, national finalists in this race. Outlaw technically not won, although he did get #1 in the U.S. in the leaderboard. Not going this year, but was at the Nationals last year. Then we have DJF, or Doug, who was at Nationals last year as well in New York, and will be returning as long as everything goes well for him. T-Guns, I don't want to say whether he's going or not. I have to check after the race because I feel like the name is familiar. And then we have Lloyd's Leet, Canadian, like I already mentioned before. He's going to Nationals for the first time, being Canadian. GM Matthew, need to check his ranking as well. Sorry I didn't do my homework on him. Then SCCA Zip Tie, he's close to being on the bubble to getting in. It's like something like 50th position. And whether or not he's going to finals, we're yet to find out. But hopefully he'll get to go, because I think he's really deserving, and he's been really nice helping everyone out around the forums and stuff. So yes, hope for the best for everybody.
Yeah, it's always good to see these guys that are really, really adamant about helping people, and about the camaraderie aspect of it all. Do well. That's what it's all about. It's really all about having fun. Of course, everybody wants to win, but there's only going to be one.
Only one in the end. Man,
yeah, I was just looking here. It looks like T-Guns is ranked 24th tentatively in the U.S., so awesome. I believe he will be going to New York.
No, he would.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, T-Guns. This is the way
looks like we just had a question in the live chat. Does this live stream have a drinking game too?
Yes.
We didn't plan for that, but
you take a drink every time Jordan talks about basketball. Whoa.
Yes.
We have
oh, wow.
Spinning out. Just like the Miami
Poor
Heat spun
T-Guns.
out in the NBA Finals. I'm just kidding. Don't you want to say anything about basketball. Only when Jordan
Only me. Only me. Yeah.
No, he's been pretty good about that. He's a basketball fan, just so you know. Oh my gosh, I broke the secret.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm open about it. But
yes.
Let's see. Looks like we got a battle going on right up here with Zip Tie and DJ for 6th, 7th, and 8th. I'm always afraid I'm missing something elsewhere. There's so much going on here.
Well, we got the chap. No, it's SCCA Zip Tie. You can tell he definitely has more pace than them. It's just he's not able to get around. So because he had that moment with the bridge, kind of leaving his mark there, but yet he's still able to catch right back up. So it's just really hard to get around him. Because the thing is, when you have two guys that are kind of working with each other at a similar pace, at least, in a track like this, once they get into the front straight, they can draft each other. So you just end up being another drafter behind the train, and you can't get around him. So not as easily, not nearly as much so as if it were just one guy. And looks like, Epic Gonzaga, your ATW hero, in 4th behind Outlaws, doing a really good job staying. He was staying close, but he seemed to have fallen back more now. Doug in 5th place is by himself. Hate being in that position between kind of front grade glory, the podium glory, and the rest of the guys behind you. Doug is where I usually end up in my races. And we're on our last lap, 8 laps of Grand Valley Speedway.
Yeah, I'm riding along with DJ right now, And, oh, Zip Tie is making a move for it.
Ooh,
Oh, wow,
too
these
much.
guys.
This is a big bump. Wow.
Oh.
That was an amazing save. It could have been a lot worse off. He like
That
did a
could have
perfect
gotten really ugly.
did a perfect
Wow.
drifto, keeping his rear tires only in the grass part. Didn't catch any of the sand, although it looked like he kicked up a lot of dust. Whoa, it's gotta feel awesome.
He was making a move there, though. I know he wanted to take that position. So.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
Connection between
he's
the
probably
6 and 7. Donio's able to get around Chap finally. Dear DJ Johnny, I can't wait to hear all the complaints about this combo after the race. This is yesterday we had a theme going where it was like every track that I picked was the worst possible combination ever. Brands Hatch Indy is the worst track ever.
Spa is the worst track ever.
That's what we want. We want you to race on the worst combos. So once you get to
and
finals,
really, exactly, you never know what they're going to throw at you there. So you've got to be ready for absolutely anything.
So I'm joining Lloyd's for his. He goes up to the pit crew wall and says, thank you so much. He gave me an amazing car. And ATW Hero is still stuck right behind Outlaws. Pretty much the same position as when the race started. So they had a really good kind of chasing session.
They did. Here comes Doug across the line.
And 5th, good job.
And there's a look at our results. They'll be up on the stream right now. I'm going to take a look here at the points tally.
All right,
so
yes.
We got Lloyd's with 11 points. Then Matthew with 10. Outlaw with 9. It was a pretty good race.
Yeah, I thought so. Just gonna congratulate the guys, and then we'll switch to the next track.
Let's see. Doug got 7 points. DJ with 6. Chap 89 with 5. Zip Tie with 4. And let's see. Clark, T-Guns, and Griffin.
Nice. So yeah, in case you didn't catch it, there's 4 races that are about 15 minutes long. Ooh, I gotta put my phone on silent. That's annoying.
We'll forgive you this time.
Thank you. Ooh, so easy.
I'm just looking at the times here. That was a really great performance. Lloyd's and Matthew are really in a class by themselves, really. With Matthew was 6 seconds behind Lloyd's, and then it was 13 seconds for Outlaw, who came in 3rd. But Outlaw and Hero were close, and then Doug, and then we had that group of guys with DJ and Chap and Zip Tie. They were pretty close together. So a couple of distinct groups there forming. It'll be interesting to see if those hold up in the next round. Which, speaking of which, where are we headed to next here?
We're going to Deep Forest in the 350Z.
Awesome. Another Gran Turismo classic.
Always. Not a classic for me, though. I never do well there, so I don't like it. That's how I roll. If I can't be good at a track, I just don't like it, no matter what. So this will be a challenging one for them. It's going to keep it in the forward direction, so nothing too crazy.
Looks like the guys are asking for the HUD data in the stream, so I will definitely be sure to put that up. They want to see the throttle inputs and stuff. Certainly we can take care of that. $350Z time. One guy suggested to drink every time you see a Japanese car.
Okay.
Somebody else commented, you'd be drunk in 10 minutes.
When you go to the hospital.
More like 5, probably.
Yeah,
you'd be in the hospital. Yeah, definitely don't try that at home, guys. For any of you playing along, definitely don't recommend that with a all Nissan lineup. Everything will be Nissan that you see today. So. But that's how it's going to be at National Finals too. So that's what these guys need to be ready for. They need to be comfortable in really every Nissan that's in the game. I remember last year they threw in the Delta Wing with
yeah, we're not going to see that
National
today.
Finals in the U.S.
That car is ridiculous. They didn't race it. They did a time trial with it. So yeah, not cool. Not cool, guys. All right, so we're gonna hold a race. Boom. What do you think of that?
I like it. I like it. Just came in here, Deep Forest Raceway. The race will start.
There's always a guy that's like, "This track is my crypto night." 350Z.
Yeah.
Everyone has a kryptonite track. Oh, it looks like Adventures joins us. So, will last place not get points?
Well, yeah, I guess that's how it'll work.
Okay, cool. No problem. If that is if he is racing anyway.
Yeah, they may just be watching. We got John Doe as well.
Looks like he's getting his car though, so yeah.
Jump in here with the guys and put a camera shot on the track so you guys can see them get ready. Riding along with Outlaw 4C right now. So this will be an interesting combo with the rear wheel drive. A lot of tight and twisty corners. You got to get the power down coming out.
Oh yeah.
It's got a good flow to it. I've always enjoyed this track
me too, yeah.
immensely.
Now, driving on is one thing, but racing is different for me.
Yeah.
Versus like. You know, if you're like Tony Stark rich, and you can pick any course, any fictional course in Gran Turismo to be made in your backyard, I think Deep Forest would be a good choice.
Absolutely.
You can raise your champagne glass to that.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think it's one of my It's one of my all-time favorite original courses in Gran Turismo.
All right, just be sure to turn that HUD on if you don't already.
It's on, yeah, it's on for the guys.
You got to give
They
Jordan
want
a
to see
break.
their
He's a
info.
purist. Oh, looks like Chap left. What a bummer. He was doing
Yeah.
a good job so far. Maybe he got disconnected. Hopefully not.
Well, yeah.
Whoa. You guys
Surely he
drifting.
does. He wants a copy of GTpedia. So
You guys are pushing really hard in practice already.
They are.
Because you see some of them going in on the last turn, which is really trying to get comfortable with is tough and scary. But oh, here's the Japanese cars. Drink then. It's time to take a drink. Supposedly. That's not our recommendation.
It's like T-Guns. T-Guns and Matthew are close together. They're running pretty close there. They're not afraid to. Yeah.
Oh, and let me just establish right now that the which keyboard do I use for this? What happened? Oh, there you go. What?
See, Tidney asking in the chat if we're going to do another one of these. We might.
That'd be fun, yeah.
To see. Yeah, we might. It's a surprising amount of work to get everybody together for these things.
Yeah.
And to get the
We're just
stream
riding
set
the wave
up and
we're riding the wave of GT Academy kind of hype.
Exactly.
So it makes it a little easier, but still difficult.
It's still difficult, yeah, to get everybody, together at the same time and to get the streaming equipment set up. I know Tidney's I guess I'm pronouncing his name right. Do you think that's right? Tidney? Is the G silent? Tidney?
I just call him T-Dog myself.
T-Dog, yeah. We'll go with that. Now there's an expert. T-Dog isn't. Exactly. Yeah. Now T-Dog is an expert in these online races, so I'm sure he'll have some feedback for us on our stream here, because he's a regular with these things. Be sure to check out. Yeah, he's done it all. So be sure to check out his channel if you like what you're doing. If you like what we're doing here, you'll love what he does. So.
Oh, for sure.
Definitely pay him a visit.
Subscribe, like, comment. All that
thumbs
good
up.
Stuff. Thumbs up.
Yeah. Speaking of the thumbs up, somebody has given us a 9. We've got 9 thumbs down, 9 dislikes on the stream today. Can you believe that?
Well, it's just people that didn't make the finals. Whoa, what happened?
T-Guns runs wide. Did you see that?
No, I didn't catch that. Oh, Chap came back.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if he'll have enough time. He has about like 40 seconds left to get into the action here. Hopefully he can make it. Wait, John Doe went out on track. Hey, you said you couldn't race. Well, no, technically. Well, I should have said that because he saw that the Chap guy left. So now Chap can't race.
Yeah, we've got 12 guys, so I guess we can let them race, but there'll only be 11 point-paying positions.
Yes, that works out.
Yeah.
You gotta get a little penalty for being dead last. Unfortunately.
Yeah, absolutely.
We don't make the rules, but we do type thing. But we have to. And interesting to see which guys use the GT Academy suit. I think there's only like 3 or 4 guys that are doing it. After I went to Silverstone, I have to be honest, once they released that GT Academy suit, that's the only thing I ever wore in the game.
Yeah. As you should. You earned that.
Mostly because I didn't get one in real life. Anyway, that's a different story. Start of the race. False start check is on. Hopefully everyone gets off the line because last race zip tie, unfortunately, did not. And whoa, Chap had a bad start, so allowing Adventurous to get up alongside him. John Doe, or they're making a move on the outside, getting a nice entry into turn 1. And they're filing. Whoa, Adventurous getting put sideways by the pack behind him. I'm not sure who's responsible for that one, but you got a lot of movement going up into there. A lot of guys going 3-4 wide through that first complex of turns. And I'm keeping my eye on Adventurous. Whoa, as they really
tons of stuff going on. Oh, I don't know what is going on right now.
Even it caused a frame rate to drop. It was so bad. So those guys.
Same here. Yeah, the leaderboard on the right-hand side just went crazy.
Yeah. This is an insane race. You got D. Griffin.
This is so close.
Having a tough time keeping his car on the straight and narrow there, spitting out. I gotta switch to exterior view. Oop. I'm gonna watch.
Ooh, they're fighting for the lead. T-Guns is going for D. Griffin here
already. Yeah.
There's so much going on. Wow.
Yeah, this is awesome. This is the type of action we want to see. Unfortunately, we do have to make something clear. But RC Clark going way too wide in the last turn is kind of a thing with that turn. It allows GTA Johnny-O and John Doe to get past, relegating him to 10th or 9th in front of Doug. And
T-Guns is going for the pass for the lead.
Yeah.
There's so much.
T-Guns is doing well. Lloyd's
a lot of action in the pack. I don't even know.
Outlaw going into the tunnel. Outlaw trying to give him some space, maybe a little too much space as they get into the right-hander. Excuse me. Going into the right-hander into the tunnel. Through the tunnel, rather. Right, going through the right-hander. Everyone's still pretty close together. Trying to make a move early on in the lap, or early on in the race, which is on lap 2 of 13, I think. Or no, 11, sorry. So they spread out more as they file into order. Not too desperate. Desperation mode.
This is a really close race. Yes.
But yeah, it looks like T-Guns got around. Was it T-Guns was fighting for the lead, or was Griffin trying to get around? I wasn't watching that race.
T-Guns was fighting for the lead. Looks like he got him. He's pulling away now.
And the Outlaw's right on his tail now. And he goes wide.
Outlaw just spun out big time.
No, he saved himself from going.
Yikes.
That happens all the time. It's so bad about this track.
Oh, man.
He's gonna. Oh, that's sad.
Tough break.
At the tough break for sure, because every position really matters. You don't get any dropped races or anything like that.
Yeah, I'm right along with Matthew right now.
Yeah, me too.
There's a whole group of the top 4 that.
I see he makes a move on Griffin. It's a little tank slapper, courtesy of the United States.
A tank slapper? What? Oh, I don't know what that is. But can we say that on YouTube? Is that allowed?
That's PG. No, it's just that's just a term. When someone gives you a really hard tap with their quarter panel, just lets you know that they're there. Like dunk. You can imagine the noise that it makes. As we go into the last turn, finishing out lap 3. Lloyd's Elite is really pulling in T-Guns. Might be able to get past them even on this home stretch. Oh, don't know. It's going to be close.
There.
Let's see how it's going to come down to braking. And he keeps it conservative. Says still got a lot of laps left, so I'm just going to stay behind him, see where I can make something happen.
Look, there's a lot of action back in the pack.
Yeah.
Everybody's
Somebody's in the pits. Somebody already gave
Well,
up.
no, maybe not as much as I thought it was. The little course map can be a little bit deceptive. Makes it look like people are right on top of each other, but there's actually a little bit of distance. Looks like the action right here is at the front, running along with.
Retired for some reason.
Yeah, we got a heck of a battle at the lead right here, with T-Guns and Lloyd's.
Whoa! Side by side through there is really tough. Going up into the rock. No, and he keeps it together. Just somehow he has better traction and is able to pull away from T-Guns. Awesome moves there.
Oh.
Oh, and Matthew, I didn't notice him. He got around him as well. So he's right on
Wow.
the rear. He kind of came out of it like a phantom. He has an advantage because these cars are right-hand drive, which is why he's doing so well. You know, that's the weird thing about when we were put. I was like so hyped about the fact that I was gonna get to drive this 370Z GT edition on Stowe Circuit. It was like one of our first kind of like on-track experiences at race camp. That I got into the car, did my lap with the instructor and everything, or did my few laps. It was for the benchmark test, and then I got out of the car and I was like, "Whoa, that car was right-hand drive, wasn't it?" I just didn't realize that. A car on track right-hand drive for the first time without even thinking about it. It was just so like I didn't even think about it.
Yeah.
All I could say is like it was just like driving. I mean, of course I was a little bit slower than I probably would have been in a left-hand drive car, but it was like yeah, it wasn't like it didn't throw me off. So it's interesting.
That is interesting. That's one of the things I believe would be the most disconcerting about it, because you know,
oh, and
right when
Doug,
you
ATW Hero has a moment in front of Doug. Sorry to interrupt you there, but it allowed him to get around to 4th place. So yeah.
Yeah, I just saw that. Yeah, I saw all that smoke, and then I jumped to check the change the cameras here. But yeah, as I was saying, I think that right-hand drive would be really unsettling for me, because when I've been in England in the past and you go over there, and it's like, oh man, it feels like I would equate it to maybe like riding with your non-dominant hand, you know?
Yeah.
Because all the mirrors are in the wrong place, and like I feel like I'm like it's so weird, it's so awkward. Like, so I don't know, maybe it would be a little better if you're just on a track and you didn't have to worry about you know, the other traffic and stuff.
It's more about what the feeling is mostly is just the position, being on the other side of the road. And another thing was that I had paddle shifters. If I had to shift, it would have been a whole different game.
Yeah.
ATW Hero cut right back up to Doug after he had that moment, so, and that allowed him to get by. And he's getting by himself. They're side by side, going through that long right-hand turn, going through the tunnels. Whoa, that was an awesome move. Just barely slotted in front of him. Almost took his license plate off.
See, where are you at? What are you watching here?
I'm looking at
I was
ATW Hero.
Scanning over the chat.
Problem.
Okay, yeah.
They had a really good race for
They're
position.
close right there.
Oh, and then we got John Doe coming up behind him as well. Doug not doing so hot in this race for whatever reason, because the car doesn't suit him or the track. Seems more like the car to me though, because I think he knows this track pretty well. Oh, and John goes really high on that turn, and Doug's not trying to defend too much. Keeps his position going into the last turn, and oh, unfortunately, Doe, he holds it together. Doug almost had the same thing happen to him as Outlaw, but he kept it together. I guess he let off the throttle just in time, enough to gain traction again. But who spun out there? Somebody else spun out. John Doe spun out, yeah. I was trying to get around him, unfortunately. It was a valiant effort, but yeah, it's a tough place to try to make a move. But see, that's what it's all about, learning.
He needs
learning super hardcore. Learning in a way that is ingrained into your mind, burned into it forever. Well, you'll never make that mistake again.
Exactly. Yeah, I've rejoined Matthew and Lloyd's here up at the front. Looks like they are.
Yeah.
They're still pretty close.
Matt, yeah, seriously. I was expecting Matt, to be honest, to fall back a little more. But what's happening is
it's a cycle. Lloyd's is good.
Yeah, it's a psychological game. Matt's really clever in picking a red car representing the national colors of Canada, and it's making Lloyd's feel really like unsure about himself because he's thinking I should have picked the red car. I'm Canadian, and that's all I can think about when he looks in his rearview mirror. So it's a really, really awesome strategic move on the part of Matt there. Let's see if it pays off for him. And we have a battle.
I'm gonna jump back here in the
for 8th.
Yeah, I'm back jumping to
Adventurous
right now. Yeah,
back. And he's about to pass Chap to grab 7th. So it's a battle for 6th. Really,
good pass.
Yeah, textbook stuff. DJ Johnny O into the pits for some reason. Just listen to those tires scream. This is tire torture. That's how you know you're going fast. Oh. It's not like a go-kart track where they're like making your tire screech equals slowness. No, in a road car, the more you make them, if you're not going sideways, the more you make them scream, the more you're using the tire and faster you'll end up going.
Yeah, as they told me in at the Skip Barber Racing School, a squealing tire is a happy tire.
Yes.
Looks like everybody's spread out a little bit.
Yeah. It's getting boring, Jordan. What are we going to do? No. 8th.
Oh, no.
Still got a pretty good battle for 7th.
Let's see. Can you make it start raining all of a sudden?
No, that would be nice.
Yeah, I'm riding along with Chap 89 right now. With it's coming down on Adventurous. I like the that group there of with Clark and Adventurous and Chap 89. It's very colorful with the yellow yellow Z and the blue Z and the black one.
Ukrainian flag colors.
Yes.
Yeah, unfortunately don't have FIA controls yet to allow us to set the sprinklers on. Hopefully we will in the future. A little F1 tidbit for fans or the interested. Like Bernie Ecclestone's like the leader of the FOM, pretty much is the boss of Formula One. He actually had this idea where he wanted to install sprinklers on certain tracks so they could turn make the race turn into a wet race if it got too boring. That almost actually happened. So.
Yeah, I don't know. That would have been. Can you imagine the controversy? Like if somebody was leading and then you know they turned on the sprinklers. You know, the conspiracy theorists would be going crazy. You know, they were just trying to favor Ferrari, or they were trying to favor, you know, McLaren or whoever. That would be it would be bad. It would be bad.
Got an interesting development happening. Ninth place Outlaws really have been able to catch up to that pack that we were talking about, the Ukrainian team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm watching that right now with Outlaw throws a little bit of red into there. Into that very colorful pack. Good for TV. This is good for TV.
Yes, it is. I could say the blue guy and the yellow guy and the red guy instead of knowing their names. Oh, fortunately Outlaw didn't have the best of turns, but he's still able to get around Chap, but loses ground on Russ in the process. But he could definitely get in that back. One more lap left to see how far up he can get and recover from his earlier spin. Like you said, every point matters, and he knows that. Definitely knows that.
Absolutely, and there's still, you know, a couple of points at stake down here for these guys. So, because we did keep it so close together, so it's even though you might not win and pick up all the points, it doesn't hurt you that bad.
Mm-hmm.
As we're reaching the, let's see, would you say we had how many laps? 11 laps?
Yeah.
Yeah, one lap remaining. There we go.
And how
this
he's opened up more of a gap on Matt there. So he's going to be 2 for 2.
Riding along with Russ right now.
Yeah, RC Clark is, or RC Clark, R Clark is putting up a good fight.
R.C. Clark.
R Clark.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
doing a good
that's
job
a good
keeping us cool.
drinking
It
name.
seems like.
Sorry, every time one of us mispronounces a name or something. No, none of that though.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, yeah. There's definitely a delay because I notice like when you talk sometimes and then I talk and like
Oh
I don't know
yeah,
if
yeah.
you
I
have a
noticed that
delay
as well.
from me, but I've got a delay from you. I don't know. Maybe my streaming equipment, but it
Yeah.
works good enough. But yeah, as I was saying, well, I forgot what I was saying, but what was I going to say? Oh well, never mind.
I'm
Looks
sure
like
it'll
we've
come
got
back.
some action here going
Yeah.
with Russ and Outlaw into the final turns.
Oh,
Oh,
let's
and
see who
oh
gets it.
wow,
Oh, awesome move. I'll kept that. Oh, but then also Chap is next to them. Oh, three-way fight to the
three
line, three
wide.
wide. And it looks like Outlaw barely edged
Oh,
out Chap. Or no, Chap
wow,
got him by 0.02 of a second. That was a really close finish.
incredible,
That was
incredible.
awesome. That's a good
Oh,
screenshot too. You got
that was awesome.
yellow, and blue. Save that replay. I'm sure that made, even though
Definitely.
those guys finished 8th, 9th, and 10th, they made them, or 7th, 8th, and 9th rather, made them put a huge smile on their faces because that was an awesome finish.
Awesome finish. Yeah, I think the guys in the stream will enjoy that one too. Okay, let's see. I got to tally up the points here.
Wow, literally
So, Lloyd,
by a
another
minute.
dominant performance.
Oh yeah. No, we played the Canadian anthem on the podium. That'd be cool if they went a little national like that in the race camp and started playing national anthems and stuff. Should flare it up a little bit more. So that was round 2 of 4.
And what do we have coming up next?
Next, well, I'm kind of reticent about telling you too quickly. Well, it's not like they can race, but the reason being is I feel like there's guys in the race that are listening to the stream.
Ah, true.
So the next car will be the Sylvia touring car at a track that I'm guaranteeing you that everyone will hate. DJ Donio had his pedals detaching from his rig. Who was 6th place again?
Clark.
Chap.
R. Clark, 83.
Oh, and who was? I'm sorry. Who
Chap
finished?
got
Who finished right next to
7th.
Okay.
Yeah, and I just entered.
Yeah, GM Matthew had a really good run through the pack.
Adventure Russ. Let's see, I've got to add him to our point spreadsheet here. You guys will have to hear me typing on the stream. Apologies
No problem.
for that. I know it's extremely loud. Got a it's called a DAS keyboard here. DAS.
Oh, the mechanical keyboard.
So it's a mechanical keyboard. Yeah, that's why it's so loud. But I absolutely adore it. It's
Yeah, those
so
are
great.
awesome.
Let's see. Zip tie got. Oops, the results pop away from me there. Zip tie got 2 points, and John Doe, another new fellow to add to the leaderboards. He got the very last point of the day, and looks like Griffin and Jonio both got 0 points. So let me refresh the little spreadsheet here. I'm using to
read off the points, and I'll type them into the room.
Absolutely, yeah. Just 1 second here. Okay, yeah. First place, we have Lloyd's, obviously, with 22 points.
1 second. Just got to change the tires real quick.
Sure.
Okay. First. Lloyd's with how many points?
22 points.
Okay.
And next up is Matthew, GTP GM Matthew, with 20 points.
Then we got ATW Hero, right?
Yep, ATW Hero with 16 points. Then Doug with 14. Doug being DGAF about anyone. 420.
Mm-hmm.
And after that we have Outlaw with 13 points. Just reading over the chat here, I think they looks like the crowd enjoyed that performance there at the end.
So did we.
That was exciting. Yeah, that was fun. That was fun to watch. Let's see. Looks like our Clark just asked where he is. Our Clark is ninth. Yeah. Do you have the spreadsheet open? Or did you need me to keep reading those? I wasn't sure. Okay.
We're heading over to Special Stage Route 5 Reverse.
Worst track ever.
Dang. I accidentally closed it before choosing the track, and I gotta start over. Failure, failure, failure. Okay, reverse, yes. 11 laps, yes. Whole days is automatically 6 minutes. Thank you. Boom. Let's see how they react to this. With this one, there's always like at least one guy that's excited, and the rest of them hate it.
Yeah. Yeah, I have mixed feelings on this track. It's a classic. I know a lot of people like it, but I don't know. I just never seems like I never really enjoyed it enough to really play it a lot. Yeah, somebody commented in the stream. Reverse? That's nasty.
Yeah.
Not expecting SSR5, says Matthew. This is going to be interesting. These guys will definitely want to get as much as they can out of this practice session. It's going to be really important.
Yeah, Lloyd's is saying that it's going to be tough coming from behind. That's definitely true, but lucky for him, it has one of the longest straights in the game, so you are racing on a freeway essentially for the first for that straight. So yeah, they're doing their 5 minutes of practice. We'll get the race started, reverse order, or the grid based on reverse order from the last race. So definitely will be an interesting one. And we're giving Matthew and Lloyd's a lot of experience, and Chap just left.
Yeah.
Instead of complaining, he just left. Signed off a PSN. Or maybe he got disconnected from PSN or something weird. You never know. Can't assume anything with these disappearances. They come at this. Sometimes guys will kind of go offline or whatever at the most convenient times, you know. You'll pass someone.
Funny how that works, isn't it?
Yeah, and they always give the most awesome excuse like, "Oh, my dog tripped over the cable. Just cut the power on PS3. What can I do?"
Yeah.
He came back actually, so he just got back online. I think he didn't. He must have had a problem. Excuse me. So you checking the guys out in practice? Do you think does it look okay on the stream, being as dark as it is?
Yeah, I think let me check here.
Maybe
in
case you have to tweak.
It's a little dark, but I think it looks okay. Yeah, I think it looks okay.
Raise the gamma, pump up the contrast.
I'm not sure if I can do that while the stream is going on. Might probably definitely cut everyone off at once. Yeah, we've got. Looks like we peaked at about. Go ahead.
Latest update. The 1.9 is the latest update, right?
Yes.
So yeah, 1.9 changed the physics a little bit, and it also messed with the default tunes. It set some of the cars off of what should be default. So you have to go in. Set each setting to default manually. How much time do we have in the practice session?
Let's see. Looks like we have
like 3 minutes. 2 minutes.
Yeah, I think 3.
D. Griffin's gonna cut it really close.
Yeah, we have 2 minutes. Yeah, 2 minutes. I did actually figure out a way to up the brightness and contrast a little bit for the
cool.
stream, so it'll look a little bit better for the guys watching at home. Check in with the chat here, everyone. Okay.
It's got to give these guys like a
Yeah,
couple
they're saying it looks good.
more minutes of time.
Yeah. Let me jump around here. Let's see. We've got a few guys close together. Looks like it's Doug and DJ.
Oop. Not 9 minutes.
Getting some practice running.
Didn't want it to be that much. Oops, I forgot that. I changed it. Okay. 3 minutes.
This is going to be an interesting race, I think. I'm anxious to see what happens here.
Yeah.
I doubt many of the guys have practiced this track, and it's not one you see too often. So,
Indeed. It's so weird that he can't get in.
is it who needs in? Oh, well, I've not been reading the.
No problem. Yeah, it's D Griffin. He can't set his car. His car. He's just tuning prohibited. It's not letting him in. I don't know why. I had a problem with that yesterday trying to get into a race, and it was because I had the 1.9, like I was saying earlier, changed some of the tunes on the cars just randomly, so they weren't. It threw them off of the default setting. So that's what you need to be in order to join tuning prohibited races. And so what I needed to do was go through each one manually and set it to default, because they don't have a set default to all thing like GT5 for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I wonder why they can't join. That's so weird.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for those guys, but
It happens in real racing all the time.
it happens.
So
Absolutely, yeah.
Oil's leaking. Can't race. It's the equivalent
See,
of
this
what's
is
going
part
on
of
here.
the. Yeah, it's like a little feature that Kaz and the Polyphony guys put in just
Yeah.
to keep things interesting.
It's so weird. I feel like it's one of those situations where if I was able to just kind of somehow get into those guys' rooms and mess with the system, I'd be able to get it work. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's just like the trying to troubleshoot over, remotely. It's just tough.
Yeah. The awkward little chat, and then every other word gets censored.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Race on. It's a pretty mellow first turn, that really long left, so it could get crazy. Then it goes into that little park section, so which is really, I think, one of the prettiest sections of any track. With the Christmas lights.
Agreed. Agreed.
Still got a black screen.
Same here.
There must be someone that's loading slowly. But it should load up. As we stare into the abyss. Anytime now would be fine.
There we go.
Oh, it was ATW Hero. Black screened. That's unfortunate. Oh, that track rendered up in front of my eyes.
Yeah. Here we go. Oh, DJ had a terrible start.
I'm going to watch Lloyd see how he cuts his way through. So
yeah, I'm looking up here at the front.
All the cars are orange.
They are. It's a lot of...
We got outlined the blue.
Shuffling.
Oh, see how much room they had? They all went through like 2 wide so easy. Oh no, this car is pretty good here. It's just tiny on this track.
I'm riding along with Zip Tie right now. This is close.
Yeah. Sorry, I was having a fun time just watching.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, it's.
I was like, what is gonna happen here? Okay.
Are you still riding with Lloyd's?
Yep.
Yeah, Lloyd's is. Yeah, I'm on him now. He's.
Working his way quick. Up. And then the front stretch. ATW Heroes joined the room again. Sorry about that. His car blew up. Not able to get that much of a draft pull on Zip Tie, but he outbroke him, gaining the position over Zip Tie. Already on his way up to the front pack. Was in 4th.
Very impressive.
Oh, this looks like a pretty fun combo, actually.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. We figured as much. ATW Hero saying his PS3 froze. Man, Lloyd's really knows how to get close to those barriers. This is an interesting track.
He is getting it. It is an interesting track, you know, because you've got to be precise.
It's technically a street course, but it's so wide.
It's giving us some good racing right now.
Yeah. And what happens is when you mess up, like if you mess up in Monaco, you know, you'll slap a wall, kind of, not too hard most of the time. The crashes in Monaco from like self-inflicted kind of mistakes, they're never too hard. But here, you mess up, you're going really quick in the wall. It's just so much more high speed than any city circuit.
Lloyd's is up into 2nd now. He made a great move down the straightaway.
Making it look easy. It's like he has more horsepower or something.
Wow. We've got tuning prohibited on this room, right?
There's no way for him to have more horsepower. Unless everyone else hasn't changed the oil for some reason. But even then, it wouldn't. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah. He is good.
All right, so I'm gonna switch back a little bit. They're spitting out a little too much for my liking already, but hopefully they can. Once Lloyd gets around to the front, it might turn into something of a train and follow each other around pretty closely. So Outlaw doing a lot better in this race. John Doe acting as a block has allowed him to keep close to Lloyd. Hopefully he'll be able to stay as close as he wants to coming out of the tunnel, going into that long front pit straight. And yeah, he's got that draft hooked up really good. It's really well. And he's able to get around Sean, opting for the left smartly. And he's got more of a run into the first turn than Lloyd's. So see if he can outbrake him. Lloyd knows he's there, kind of outbroke him himself. And thus falls to second place. See if we can keep second, because John does have a quarter panel on him going into the dip under the bridge. And right behind him we got Doug, who's doing a lot better this round as well. He seems to like this car more. Oh, and Lloyd goes into the wall, and that allows John to go around, get around him. And Outlaw, and as a result, allows Outlaw to pull a much bigger gap. He's taking off. Wow. Yeah, Lloyd's seeming to have a lot of trouble with his kryptonite here, John Doe. But Doug has no problem.
What's funny is John Doe is last in our points. He only has 1 point on the board, and of course Lloyd has 22. So it's a David and Goliath type situation.
Yeah, and he was doing well. He was keeping it clean, and he was giving him some trouble.
Yes.
But nothing, malicious at all. It was good racing right there. Yeah, and then behind John Doe we got Matthew coming up. Oh, and John almost goes into the pits by accident. So he's learning these tracks still, supposedly. So I think, is he going to the Nationals?
Who's
so
that?
Horrible. Should John Doe?
Matthew or John Doe?
John Doe 442200. He might be using an.
Actually, I don't believe he's.
No. Right?
Yeah, I'm not sure who that is. Exactly.
It's probably a previous year finalist. Previous year finalist trolling everybody. It's probably Nicholas Barbados or something.
Outlaw's done a pretty good job of keeping Lloyd's from. Lloyd's is gaining on him though, but
Lloyd's is catching
Outlaw's doing great. I gotta hand it to him. Yeah.
So this is an interesting race. Sorry.
Yeah, it's always such a. Seems like being in front is. It's more pressure than anywhere else, because you're always looking in your mirrors, and it's so hard. It's where the psychological aspect really seems to come in with just keeping your cool. It's like golf or something. You've got to.
No.
Can't let the situation get in your head.
I think you're the first person to ever compare golf to motorsport.
Hey, it's a big mental aspect to it. And
no, you're right.
Golf is 90% mental.
Yeah, you have to be very strong-willed, I guess, and be willing, in the sense that you have to be willing to walk a lot.
Exactly.
No, but you can't psych yourself. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Well, the thing is, when you're down in points or what have you, it gets tough to keep your head in the game and just live in the moment and do what you do best without psyching yourself out. And that's what happens when you're in the front in a race like this. And you have Lloyd's
and with
chopping away.
Outlaw, just to review the point standings here, he's currently in 5th place with 13 points. So
this is going to be a really good battle for the lead.
First with 22. Yeah, I'm riding along with Lloyd's right now. They're really close.
Oh, again, John Doe, I expected him to fall off more, but he's actually sticking to GM Matthew in 4th. But yeah, I'm going back to second place as Lloyd makes his move on the outside on the number 4 blue Nissan. Wow, you gotta love that realistic draft. If this was the previous version of the draft, he would have been way ahead by now. Oh, and John Doe got around Matthew, and then Matthew got back around him. So missed that one, but it caught the end of it. Looks like they're gonna have a good race together as well. So we're gonna keep switching between the fight for first place and the fight for fourth. Oh, as Outlaw takes a big hit going through that turn 4 section or whatever. Oh, hopefully he's able to stay in it. Yeah, he's right. He's still in it. But yeah, it definitely affected Lloyd's as well. Gave him a big hit. It's tricky, man.
Yeah, I'm riding along with John Doe now. I think it'll be interesting to see what. Well, Outlaw is hanging with Lloyd, but I don't know. Looks like
he's frazzled. He's trying to keep it together. Yeah. Imagine getting a big hit like that in real life and trying to keep on racing. It's almost like being punched in the head as a boxer, almost being knocked out.
It is. You got to keep your focus then more than ever.
Yeah. Ooh, and they're both Outlaw and John are just out of the reach of that yummy draft. John's being able to stick a lot closer to Matthew than Outlaw, but Outlaw's made some ground going through that first section, so hopefully he'll be able to pull himself back into this race. He is racing for first place. But it's going to be tough.
He needs the points. He definitely needs the points. Yeah. Well, he's really racing for everybody because any point that you can keep Lloyd's from getting is going to leave the door open for that last race. But right now Lloyd's is looking pretty cool.
Oh yeah, he's so quick through that second sector, the midsection. And it's just disconcerting as a driver when you see him pulling away that much. You're trying to keep something on him, and it looks like they're already catching up to some lap traffic as well, which could play into the race.
Yes, it could. We haven't seen that yet. Just looking at back through the pack here. We've got Doug. We don't have any super close battles. Don't think.
Well, GM Matthews definitely closing in on Doug. Probably have a battle going on there.
That's our closest guys right there.
As they go into the dip under the bridge into the left-hander, that really tricky left-hander that caught out Outlaw and Doug.
Oh,
as speak of the devil. Oh, DJ Johnny got past, elected to just park it and let the guys go through rather than, get a blue flag or whatever, or get in their way in any case. But yeah, well, oh, and there he goes hitting the wall again. Those barriers, man. Looks like he's not feeling those tires anymore. I don't know what happened. But, his pressure. This is a good test for Doug. He's going to have to deal with a lot more than this. So if he can pull it together, It'll be a really, really good thing for him.
John Doe is coming up here to join the party as well.
Because of the incident prior, he's able to catch up as well. So we got 3 bright orange cars. Or is Matthew's car red? Am I just being... Is it a trick of the mind?
I think it's red, yeah.
Orange cars are cool. My favorite orange car is definitely RX-7s. Mazdas, for some reason, tend to look cool in orange. The Miata 787B, classic orange livery. I'm talking about Mazdas, but this is their Nissans. Whoa.
Ooh, John just tapped the wall.
Try to park into building there. Good thing there was a barrier in the way.
Yeah. The run along with Matthew now. He's really all over Doug.
And
Looks like
Outlaws
things have settled out up front.
Outlaw can barely see Lloyd's anymore going through that middle section. So it looks like that race is over, barring any huge mistakes from Lloyd's. But you never know. You could start getting comfortable, you know, start busting out the celebration popsicle on the front straight and forget to put it away in time and just crash. I've seen
that celebration popsicle will really catch you off guard. You know,
weirder things have happened.
Yeah, weirder things have happened, but he's just going to start. He's dreaming of that copy of GTpedia that's coming his way.
He is. That's the thing, and that'll throw you off too. Be like, oh my gosh, so much information. Skirt. It's all over. Can't wait to see the GT6 update. Plonk. Matthews.
Yeah, we're gonna have an update coming out soon for the with the book here. We've got quite a bit of new content to add in our next update, so keep an eye out for that.
Yeah. Checking out. Oh, and just John is just coming. He's rubber banding, getting left behind and coming right back and forth. And Matthews all over Doug like a fruit fly on your dinner. It's ridiculous.
It's like a fruit fly on that victory popsicle.
There you go. You have to swat him away, but you can't. So
oh, a little bit of bumping him.
Some bumper cars, yeah. And look at that. T-Guns is catching up. T-Guns is getting, he's catching a whiff there. He's keeping things steady, and he's definitely thinking to himself, oh, we're almost in the last lap, aren't we? 13 laps, I said, I believe.
We're on the last lap, yeah.
Oh, it is the last lap. Okay. Oh, I see the time limit now. Well, I was so into the race I didn't even realize that. An extra 2 laps would have been good, though.
Okay. Yeah, that was a good combo. A lot of fun there.
Yeah.
Let's see.
That worked out.
Lloyd's again with 11. Outlaw coming in with 10 points. Doug gets 9. And Matthew and John Doe with 8 and 7 points. Good points for John Doe. He needed those.
Yeah.
T-Guns with 6 points. And Russ and Zip Tie with 5 and 4 points, respectively. And Clark and DJ with 3 and 2 points there. And that's all we've got, so everybody else will get 0 points for this round, just in case somebody was to come back and join us for the finale. Go ahead and sort these to get an updates on our point standing. Well, no surprise there. Lloyd's stays in the lead with 33 points. He's undefeated. Matthew in second place with 28 points. Doug with 23, and Outlaw with 23. So some pretty close action there for third place. And T-Guns with 17 points. ATW Hero with 16, and R. Clark with 12. Back in 7th place.
I shouldn't have set the time limit so long. Been waiting a whole 2 minutos.
I think as soon as DJ finishes, it should. Where's he at? Is he stopped there? Okay, he's just finished. There we go. Yeah, that was good sportsmanship of him to pull over so he didn't interfere with the front runners in the race. So kudos to him for good sportsmanship. Great race, though. Great combo. I want to see you join the live chat as well.
Red Bull Ring doesn't have weather. What do you think about doing Nürburgring 2 laps?
Ooh.
In the GTR.
I
It's too
love the
crazy,
ring.
isn't it?
Yeah.
No,
That
can't
would
do
be
that.
pretty crazy. Especially with a reverse grid. 'Cause it's so hard to pass there.
Yeah, no, it's just too narrow. Can't do Spa. We did Spa already.
Let's see.
So I'm trying to pick
Brands
a because they're
hatch.
doing the GTR Black Edition.
Let's see,
And
we've had one vote. Somebody voted for Iger.
Brian's Hatch doesn't have weather, just weather. Only weather. No, it doesn't have to be.
Monza?
Monza. I was thinking about Monza. Yeah.
If we really wanted some excitement, we could go with High Speed Ring.
That'd be ridiculous. The goodness sake, it doesn't have weather. Yeah, well, Nürburgring GP doesn't have weather, does it? That's weird, isn't it?
That is weird.
I'm pretty sure it does not have. Oh no, Red Bull does have weather. That would be interesting. But wow, how about Red Bull Ring?
Gets my vote.
Monza 80s. Yeah, let's do Red Bull Ring. Let's promote the latest track with the downpour.
Oh boy. This is going to be fun. See how Lloyd's runs in the rain. And in case you're wondering, there's a little bit of a delay in the YouTube chat. Well, the whole YouTube stream actually is delayed by about 20 to 30 seconds from live. So if you see them
Oh, Doodle
guys
Monopoly
chatting
is
about
in
something.
the room. Oh yeah, thanks for letting me know.
Yeah, Doodle Monopoly is here.
I wonder why he wasn't racing. It's weird.
– 100%. Oh yes, Lloyd's horrible in the rain.
What do I need to set this? We'll give him a little extra practice time because you are going to be going slower. So we'll set it to 8 minutes.
Should be a pretty interesting practice session. I expect a lot of guys will be off track on this one.
Yes. Oh, Outlaw throwing down some heat, saying that he practiced this track earlier. So he'll be one to watch. He just put the spotlight on himself.
Yes,
And,
he did.
Lloyd's Elite is totally downplaying himself. Oh God, I'm horrible in the rain. I'm only like, it's like saying, oh, when it's like, okay, I have the perfect analogy for this. Sorry, I stumbled on my words. I was thinking it up as I was trying to speak at the same time. So it's like if he was a right-handed pitcher and he could throw a 105-mile-an-hour fastball, and then it's like, okay, now you got to throw it with your left. Ah, my left, I can only throw 100 miles an hour with my left. And it's like, yeah, that's still incredibly quick. So your slow
Only
is
100 miles an hour.
his slow is our. Oh my gosh, I'm a racing god. This is gonna be a really fun race to watch.
Yes, it is.
Well, I think Doodle's trying
Just
to
watching
race.
some of the
actually.
guys. Oh, good.
Maybe, maybe not. I saw you messing with your dials and gauges. Don't tease me, Doodle Monopoly.
These guys are all over the place. Watching John Doe right now. He's
No, they're not. You jerk. And that's a pro tip about the driving a road car on the wet. Your tires are all season, so you don't have to equip wet tires. What race did we do in the wet yesterday? Do you remember?
that was
Silverstone,
at,
right?
was it at Silverstone? Yeah.
Yeah, it was in the Sylvia's. Yes, now I remember.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this track was such a surprise when I first found out it was coming to GT6. I was like, whoa,
Yeah.
Red Bull Ring?
It was so cool to be able to drive on it before the race, the F1 race.
It gave me a new appreciation, for it. Yeah, because I mean, I've always known the track. I first got into Formula One back in probably 2000, 2001, and so it was still the A1 ring at that time. And I always thought I loved the setting. I loved the landscape and everything. And it was then they did away with it, and so I didn't really pay that much attention to it. So it was great to finally have it in the game and be able to put some laps in before the race this year. But it's
really
a
fun, yeah.
it's a good track. Yeah, I like it. I like it. It's obviously not as good as it was in its glory days as the Oster Ring.
Ostrich ring,
I'm
or
not sure how to
whatever,
pronounce
yeah.
it, but
The ostrich ring.
Ostrich Ring.
I don't know if that's how you say it. I just call it the
But-
ostrich ring.
Well, yeah, we don't have any Germans watching the stream because YouTube blocks live streaming in Germany, but
Wow.
Otherwise, I'm
there's
sure someone would.
So much understeer going into that last
Yeah.
couple turns. You have to go really slow through there. No, you're gonna have to brake a lot sooner than that. Ooh. This is a nightmare combo right now
It is.
because the cars are so much more powerful than they should be. And you don't realize how fast you're going sometimes. So you start braking, you're like, why am I still going?
It's a
And you
heavy
miss the
car,
corner.
too.
It's a heavy car, yeah, it's super powerful.
I'm watching John Doe, and
Yeah.
he's with Matthew, and no, he's with Doug. Yeah.
Oh, John Joe. He uses Griffin as a barrier to get a better exit through that turn. You know, good thing about this track, it is really hard, but you don't have to learn that much. There's only 9 turns.
Right. It's not that long. This race
Oh, it
is
looks
going to
so
be
cool.
crazy.
This looks so cool, and you can see the other cars on the other side of the track with spraying up their spray.
Yeah, I noticed that. That looks great, doesn't it?
For those people that are just joining us and kind of don't know what's going on, this is the last round of 4. This is a non-official race. It's just put together by Jordan and me to have some fun with helping train the guys up and kind of learn a bit about live streaming ourselves and just enjoying the racing. And it's practice in the sense that we got a few of the guys on the forums that are going to national finals just together to help each other out and just kind of spar with each other in order to see where they stand, because they'll be doing virtual racing or gaming portions of the national finals where they'll have to race against each other in the game, and that is one of the things that helps sort out the finalists in picking who will go on to Silverstone for race camp. So this is definitely a very important thing, it's extremely important piece of the puzzle for you to have figured out or what have you, in order to be able to have a really good shot at getting to Silverstone. So you may be the most physically fit guy and super quick when it comes to real life, but those are 2 elements out of the 3 that you'll need in order to succeed at national finals. So these are some of the best drivers in Gran Turismo right now. So yeah, just enjoy the racing. It's been really good so far.
Yes, it has, and they really do need to be prepared for anything, because they'll throw in the rain. They'll throw in, a lot of different things. Maybe even a new track that nobody's even seen before. You never know what might happen. So it'll really be important to be a quick learner at finals to succeed. And one bad race can hurt, because the points are so close, as you experienced in your finals. So you were a 2012 finalist, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I was.
But you made it. You made it through. But how did you rank? How did that go for you? I don't remember where you finished at nationals.
Oh yeah. Well, I was always on the verge of being. You know how they called up 3 or 4 guys every time to say, and the only 2 of them were gonna make it through. So they're like, "Will you please step forward?" Luckily, I never had to get into that whole thing. A few guys had it happen to them a couple of times, and they still made it to Silverstone. So lucky for me, I was always kind of like hovering around right ahead of that group. So I scored in every single race, which was my goal. I got a lot of 3rd places. I got 1 win. I think I won 2nd place, but I never finished 4th. So that was really good. And I ended up going over there as a 14th ranked guy out of 16. Or no, was it? Yeah, 14 or 13, I forget. I know I finished 14th. Race is about to start, though.
Race is about to start. Yeah, this is going to be very interesting.
Keep your eye on
I'm sure you can see in the
Doodle.
chat. And Outlaw as well. He's Matthew actually came in with the fastest lap, I guess.
Oh, nice. And he was
Matthew
on those
Outlaw.
also.
And,
didn't he say something about how he's scared about it earlier?
Yeah.
Or no, he said, well, there goes my chance of winning. It's like, sure.
Yeah, it just comes out with the top lap time. We'll see about this.
But this isn't ranked by qualifying order or fastest time in practice. This is ranked by your finishing position in the last race. So it'll be interesting to see where Doodle ends up, actually. I'm not sure where he's going to be as we stare into the abyss yet again, because this is a lot of stuff to load. And what's interesting about the game, if everyone's if everyone's in the pits and then you start the race, it actually is really quick. But since everyone's spread out, it's like GT has to grab all the cars from each position and bring them to the front stretch grid, and that's why it takes longer sometimes. So it's just something I've noticed over time.
Yeah, this rain really puts a burden on the on the processor too. I've got the.
You got a black screen.
Oh.
Should have joined us earlier. I would love to have seen you race, man. Sorry about that. This will be insane. I'm gonna watch from the very back. Just gonna watch Outlaw. Oh,
yeah,
look at that.
DJ right
Doug got an awesome start.
Whoa.
He really knows how to start in the rain. Doug made up like 3 or 4 positions already. Okay. As they all...
Oh, everybody's going off in the first turn.
It's like in the F1 race. No, they made it. They used that runoff. They didn't, you know, luckily for them, it was as wide as it was. Well, DJ Griffin, or D Griffin rather, spun out, unfortunately. Rarely early on in the race. Adventure us going on the grass a little bit. First time on the track. Oh, Twitchy goes into Outlaw, but he holds it together. As they go into the second turn, everyone's still, it's like they're all going off at the same time. Oh, big hit from T-Guns to Outlaw, but he's able to hold it together. He's being challenged a lot here, over and over again, getting bumped, having to save the car, and he's doing really well. You can't see anything in his view. The spray being kicked up by that front pack is incredible. Wow, a lot of brave drivers here. That is so tough. This guy's just twitching everywhere, fighting oversteer, understeer at the same time, it seems like. Going into turn 6.
This is a handful. Absolutely handful.
Man, but they're doing well.
I'm actually getting some luck. They are doing well.
Oh, they're going to go into
Everybody's
the sand
going a little bit wide.
Yeah, they went really wide going through turn 7 there. Oh, Outlaw into the dirt, but it was just a quick jaunt into the sand. It's back in it. As Russ and T-Guns get around, I'm going to switch up to the front now. To ATW Hero, who's having a good look.
John Doe goes wide, our leader, and so does Chap 89.
You can't go wide. Can't go too wide there for too long because the grass creeps up really quick. And pavement's one thing in the wet. Using that as runoff, you cannot use grass as runoff. And Lloyd's is not doing too hot so far, but he still has a chance. That front pack is super tight. And yeah, John Doe way out there, going into farm country in that first turn runoff.
This is so crazy. I can't even see the cars really because there's so much spray on the stream.
Fifth, doing really well. I mean, for considering this is like his first times racing online on GT6. Yeah, it looks like Matthew's doing really well. He does have a chance of winning. Doug, you can tell Doug's practiced a lot of wet racing because he went from like 7th to 1st in 2 laps. So he's done an amazing run.
I think it's interesting to note too that Lloyd's is all the way back in 8th.
Yeah.
And if Matthew can pick up a lot of points, he's in 2nd place right now overall. He's just 5 points behind Lloyd's. So that would be pretty incredible if he could leapfrog him.
Lloyd's just went to 9th.
Yeah.
Epic Gonzago or ATW Hero was able to get the best of him going through that turn 5. Oh. This is intense. Definitely threw a wrench into Lloyd's plans for victory. He's going to have to fight for it now.
Yeah, I'm watching Matthew because I think this is the story of the race.
ATW here just spun out big time.
Back there?
Yeah. Oh, and our Clark drifting, holding it together. This is amazing car control we're watching. These guys reacting to their...
Very impressive.
TR is trying to stay sideways. It's amazing. John Doe is really impressing me. He's really fun to watch going through these turns.
There he goes off on the last turn.
Way out there again. Just sideways. Getting some drift points at every turn, it seems like. And that allowed our Clark to get a really good run on him going on turn 1, braking a lot earlier than he is.
Well, Doug, when everybody's going wide into the first turn.
Track limits this time. Yeah. T-Guns is out there, and
Matthew, this is good for Matthew because he needs all these points.
Yes, he's in first. Mr. No chance of winning.
Yeah.
Okay, so check out Outlaw. Go trying to make a move on the inside of R. Clark, going 3 wide almost into that second turn, rather. Oh,
Wow.
wow.
Yeah, I'm
But
watching them right
so
now.
slow. Slowing down
They're
to 22
tiptoeing through there.
miles an hour through that second turn. Oh, no. Zip Tie's wheel broke. That's okay.
Oh.
I mean, I think he's good, but if he can fix it before today's over, that would be even better so he can get more practice in. But he's the one that's still waiting to see if he's going to get to go to New York or not. It all depends on who's eligible or not, who decides to go or not, whether they opt out. He still needs, I think, 1 or 2 guys to drop out in order to get to go to New York. So we'll keep our hopes up for him. And Outlaw making a move. Oh, and Doug's out of the contention for second. He made a big
he's dropping back down to 4th now.
6, yeah. And
Matthew went really
wide.
too.
Oh, everyone's going wide through that turn. It's an interesting wet racing line there, as R. Clark gives Outlaw a bump, telling them that, hey, I'm still behind you, whether it was intentional or not.
Doug's dropping back even more
is,
now,
yeah,
down to 6th.
And Lloyd's is up to 8th, but he's still really, really far away from 7th place. T-Guns. It's really interesting, the top 7 racing pack. These guys are really well, top. The fight for second place is like 6 cars. Let's put it that way. Oh, John Doe bumping into R. Clark a little bit, and Outlaw going a little bit wide, but still holding it together. That was a really good run through there, actually. Doug trying to make up ground again, working his way up past R. Clark into 4th already, recovering from that error on the previous lap, going through turn 6. Let's see how he goes, how he does going into this turn 2 after the kink. It's a very tough corner in the wet because you have that kink and you have to set up for your braking, and you cannot trail brake in the wet nearly as easily, especially in this car. And that's what I think a lot of guys are learning as they're getting through the race, because they're used to braking in a certain style, and in the wet in this car at this track, it's just you can't do that. That's why everyone was going sideways. And whoa, R. Clark almost collecting Doug, but
John Doe goes off too.
Rats. John Doe and Outlaw, wow,
big shuffle up there.
They're shuffling around like crazy, yeah. And then they go. It's funny because they come back onto the track and they're all just right next to each other again, just in a different order.
Everybody screws up at the same time, it seems. When they're.
But Doug is actually, that allowed Doug to get a good, pretty much get back into the position he was the lap before. It's starting at the beginning of the lap before. Everyone taking that wide line, going up to turn 7 again. Which seems to work.
Lloyd is still back really there in 8th.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be able to recover. Actually, Russ is learning the track more and more every lap, and he might be able to actually give him a good challenge here. Oh, yeah, and that's totally true, because didn't Matthew win the wet race at Silverstone as well?
I can't remember.
I think he did.
I believe he did, yeah.
British definitely know how to drive in the rain.
They should be. They get a lot of it.
There's one of the comments in the stream there. There's 13 laps, so you got 7 laps left, pretty much, or 8 laps left.
Still a lot that could happen.
No, 14 actually. I said it to 14. I'm pretty sure. So 9. I guess still got a lot of good racing laps to go. And what's going on up here for second place? Doug. Oh, I missed that. Doug fell back to 3rd. Outlaw was able to get the better of him there.
He's right there, though.
Yeah. And then we got a battle for 4th between John Doe and T-Guns. So yeah, the pack is spreading out now. They're not a train as much anymore.
Oh, Doug goes off again, pretty far.
No.
So here comes T-Guns and John Doe.
He's so quick. I fully expect him to recover and be able to catch up to Outlaw. It's just he keeps pushing himself a little too much, and Oh, don't crash
Oh,
into him.
T-Gun spins
Barely
big
dodged him.
time.
Oh, wow. Good read, rather, by Doug there. As he gets squirrely coming off of those rumble strips. You guys can't use those as much. I would suggest you stay away from
No.
that painted concrete there, which is essentially what those
T-Gun's
things
now
are.
went off again through 7,
Oh,
turn
no.
7 back there. So now I believe he's way far back.
John Doe is
He's
doing
still
really
in
well.
this main pack
Yeah.
of guys. Looks like we got 2 stragglers. I think that's DJ and somebody else there at the back.
And Outlaw's establishing a second
What about
place.
Matthew, though? I mean, Matthew's just pulling away. He's staying out of all the trouble, and he's just cruising.
Yeah, are you watching him,
Yeah.
seeing how he takes how he does his driving compared to the others?
Yeah, yeah. Just put it on him, and he's cool as a cucumber, as they say. But a lot of action going on back here in the back. Let's see. Yeah, they are spreading out though a little bit. Most
Lloyd's
of the
up to
action's
7th.
back here around.
Because of that
Lloyd's,
error by
uh-oh.
T-Guns.
Well, he wants those points to defend his position. I'm sure he did not expect to be where he is right now.
R. Clark.
Oh, R. Clark goes
Okay.
wide, which may give Lloyd's a shot.
Yeah, Lloyd's definitely caught up to the other 2 Brits. It's a 3-way battle in the Commonwealth. Whoa, that was an interesting braking position that Chap took. Maybe he was trying to defend against Lloyd there.
Lloyd's coming through. Yeah, he's got the momentum off that corner.
Wow.
Sure, but it's
I love
hard
how
to get that
you see
power down. It's so
R. Clark-
wet.
R. Clark and Chap both kind of drive the same. It's weird. They both had a slight oversteering moment and corrected it at the exact same time. It was weird. You can tell Lloyd's getting more comfortable with this. So he's learning a lot. And he knows he'll have to step his rain game up, so to speak, in order to avoid any casualties at Nationals.
I'm sure they're going to have some rain races, especially if they watch this stream. They will.
Yeah.
They will absolutely want to throw a few into the mix to keep things interesting.
So we got
I'm watching up here with
halfway
John Doe
point
and
of the
Doug.
race.
Oh, Lloyd's goes wide.
Yeah, wide. But
He's okay,
safe.
though. He's
The
okay.
guys
It's
behind him
paved
are
there in the
having a tough
runoff.
time. Russ is trying to weed his way through those 2 British drivers himself. Oh, the spray is monstrous around this track. If you switch to are you watching in the driver view? Ever?
No, I've not done that, but I will try that right now.
I wish you could get an interior view online.
Yeah,
With spectating, that would be cool.
that would be cool. Yeah, but there's just all spray when you get in these packs.
It's so scary when you're riding on the bumper cam. You're like, brake, brake. You almost like want to step down your left foot. Ooh.
Yeah, I'd really like to be racing with these guys.
Oh, and John Doe goes really wide. He fell from grace. So now Lloyd's up to 4th, which won't make Matthew too happy.
Yeah, Lloyd's is ahead of the pack there with all that shuffling around that they're doing. So
But you never know. Lloyd's could always make an unforced error.
he could. With these track conditions, anything could happen. It's like John Doe and Russ are getting into it back there. So a little bit of tapping.
The other thing is that we set it to 100% just for the sake of consistency. So, because trying to make it rain, kind of, it's either like the rain in GTs should be like an on-off switch. If you try to set it for like, oh, I only want it to rain a little bit, it's just not going to work. It's either feast or famine. So I'd rather just set it to 100% wet and not mess around with it anymore. So at least the guys know what they can learn, what each corner is going to be like, and it's always going to be the same rather than changing up. If we were to have like intermittent rain or anything like that. But that being said, it could be a lot different at nationals. They might opt for starting dry and 100% weather, which would be interesting because, you know, what point do you change tires from, you know, if you're in a race car, from slicks to wets, or, you know, stuff like that. It's just really intense.
It brings a whole new dimension into the things that you have to think about. And although there weren't any rain races at I don't know about last year. I wasn't there last year, but in San Diego there weren't either. But they did have the rain option turned on at Spa for the final race, I recall. But it never rained, so
yeah. No, I think they actually did have a wet race with Sylvia's at Suzuka last year, if I remember correctly. That's why everyone was like, because we thought they would never use a wet track in 2012, and during our preparation. But then they ended up trying to use Spa, so that gave us, you know, a hint as to, yeah, they're definitely willing to use wet races. And then the next year, they I'm pretty sure I remember seeing that they had used it. I gotta double check with my 2013 guys, but well, we can ask Doug because he was there, and so was Outlaw. So
right now I'm watching Russ and John Doe. They've got a pretty good battle going.
Yeah, I was seeing that. Or is it Russ and GTP Chap? No.
Are they? No, Chap's a little bit farther back. He's Chap Chap ran a little bit wide first turn, but it's definitely Russ and
John is really
John
really
Doe
good
right now.
Really good defensively. Knows how to place his car. Make it seem like wider than it really is. It's a good attribute to have because
the drivers.
It's making life hard for Russ.
Russ right now. It's
so interesting the difference in lines that the guys are taking in that second turn. Some guys are cutting it almost on the inside, and other guys are going really wide, kind of classically, the classic wet line. If you were to do that in real life, I mean, considering that turn is kind of going up.
Lloyd's
lead goes
off.
Oh. There goes by John Doe and Russ. And Lloyd's is in 6th, and but unfortunately Champ isn't anywhere near him. Well, kind of, but and then John makes an error, and so does Russ, but he holds it together.
Russ.
And that allows Lloyd to catch right back up. John's, it's crazy. He seems to be really on it, and then out of nowhere he'll just kind of fall from grace and not be able to hold it together for a while. Whoa.
Oh, John!
Doing some tandem drifting. That'll be an awesome replay to watch it again.
Some great driving here.
Oh,
John
Doe
and
super wide into
Lloyd's.
turn 8. And then, but wow, yeah, Lloyd's not able to capitalize on this terror in the Austrian Alps.
Meanwhile, Matthew's just cruising along up there.
Yeah, he's
a lot of points.
Now. He's just like, 14 laps. Oh, Outlaw's catching Matthew. Thanks for letting us know, Doodle. He is kind of, huh? He's got 4 laps to do it. Doesn't seem like it'll happen, but you never know. Yeah, that downhill braking into turn 3, is it? It's really tricky.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's no grip. You got a heavy car, tons of speed, bad camber. It's a rough combo. I'm really interested to see what Lloyd does, though, because this is really where it all these final laps are where he'll need to make his move if he wants to hold on to his lead in the championship. He's, as I was saying before, he's 5 points ahead of Matthew right now. So I guess, let's see, he will need, as in 6th place, he will be, I guess, about 6 points off of Matthew. So Matthew, I think, could actually take the championship if things ended as they are.
Oh, but look at John Doe. He's about to let Lloyd's go by.
Doe. Oof.
John Doe's like the Timo Glock for Lewis Hamilton in 2007. There's 2008. I won't care to explain. I don't care to explain what that reference is. If you're not an F1 fan, it's just too geeky. Sorry. But wow. Oh, and then Lloyd's goes wide.
Lloyd's goes
What's
wide.
happening with John Doe? He let off the throttle for a while. What's up with that?
He went really slow through that last turn.
Yeah. It's like he forgot where the gas pedal was.
Probably afraid to go wide. I think he probably thought Lloyd was going to go crazy wide there.
Apprehensive there. And then
they both go wide into turn 1. If that wasn't paved there in that runoff area, they would both be in
Yeah, you want to
trouble.
run the live timing real quick to show how the guys are doing?
Yeah, let's do that.
See what the gaps are. See who has faster laps, last laps.
Yeah,
I'm interested in seeing how Outlaw's doing compared to Matthew, because certainly is catching up.
Outlaw has
a little
the
bit.
best lap. Yeah.
Yeah, he's really got this track nailed now. It just took him a couple laps, but he had to fight through back. Something Matthew didn't really have to.
About half a second faster than Matthew, but I don't know if he's going to have enough time with. There's 5.7 seconds. Yeah. Now the gap just went up now to 6.9 seconds between Outlaw and Matthew. But Lloyd's in 5th, so I think we would probably have a tie. I think if we ended things right now between Matthew and Lloyd. So.
Oh.
If my
John Doe's
math is right
having
there.
a much tougher time now. He's just going sideways left and right. Yeah, I don't know if it'll be interesting if Lloyd's can catch up to Russ, because I think Russ is a little bit quicker, right? What is their 2 fastest laps compared?
Let me see. Let me jump back to the live timing. Lloyd is faster by around half a second to Russ.
Okay.
So
yeah, it's just not as consistent though, I guess, which is why
he's 4. No, oh, wait a minute. Yeah, he is. Okay, yeah, Lloyd's just set a really fast lap, 1:59.243.
Yeah, that's the best lap overall.
He is. He's.
No.
Actually, no. Best lap overall is Matthew.
59.2.
5.9238. Yeah.
And Russ is just in at a 2.
He is. Russ needs to pick up the pace for sure. Jump back into the view here. Yeah, I believe if he could get the pass on Russ, I think Lloyd's would lock up the championship.
Well, even if they stay this way, he'll have more wins, so he'll win, right? If they're tied.
Yes, that's true. That's true. But we got to hand it to Matthew. Uh-oh, Lloyd's just went off.
Uh-oh. Here comes John Doe.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
and Chap 89 went off too. Gosh.
Wow. He's really having a tough time through turn 3 there.
Yeah, that's like, what, 3-4 times now that he's gone off in that same turn?
Now, if Matt could view this, he'll have to really be rooting for John Doe.
Looks like there's a battle shaping up behind him there. T-Guns is struggling, really struggling through turn, so I guess it's 7. Oh, R. Clark is going off too. Yeah, through 7. It's rough. Very rough turn. Jump back up here with Lloyd's. Uh-oh, he's running, well, no, he's okay. He dropped some wheels off on the turn-in point there in the next to last turn. Guess that'd be what, turn 10?
Turn 8. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it depends on if you count that turn as a turn or not. Lloyd's just cruising right now. No real threat from John Doe. It's like Dan in the chat recommended a sudden death shootout for a tie in the championships. I guess that's something we could think about.
Oh, zip tie, please don't talk during the race. It's so intense. I'm sorry, brother. The pack there's a pack kind of getting together toward the back there, around 7th, 8th, 9th.
Yeah, I was just looking at that. Just checking in on Matthew. He's still looking good so far. He's just tiptoeing out of 7. It's so wet. I'm gonna jump back here to Chap 89 and R. Clark. Is there somebody with him? Let's go to John Doe. Yeah, they're still a little spread out, not too close.
Yeah.
But we're coming up on the last lap here, aren't we? So.
Mm-hmm.
Lloyd's is doing okay right now in 5th place.
Wow.
Lloyd's wide again.
Arrell really did a good job almost catching up there steadily.
Oh, Lloyd's has spun out in the last turn.
Whoa!
Oh.
He's in 6th now. I wasn't watching.
He's in 6th now.
Oh my gosh. That
And
means
John
he's
Doe got a great run.
on the last lap. Man, I turned away from Lloyd just right before that happened. So he just spun out on going in the last turn?
Yeah. Yeah, just coming out, and then the back end just came around on him, and he just spun out and was kind of sitting there. Had to, kind of realign the car, and John Doe just went right through it. Almost was a collision, actually. But they came out unscathed. But John just had so much more momentum going down the straight, and Lloyd's was basically had to restart from a standstill. So he really killed any momentum that he had.
It'll take one
and it's
mistake from John, and that's it. But yeah, it'll be tough.
Yeah. I'm going to ride with John right now to see if he can see how he handles this pressure. He may not know that there's a championship on the line here for his finishing position. And actually, Lloyd is getting challenged by Chap. No.
But he keeps going wide there as well. Does a dive bomb.
I'm looking at T-Guns. I see T-Guns back there. He's struggling.
Oh. Yeah. He's having fun.
Oh, John Doe is off. John Doe is off. Here comes Lloyd's.
Here it goes, going down to the line.
Wow.
Wow. Speechless. Oh my god.
Oh, here goes Lloyd's. He's going on the inside.
He's on his inside.
Oh.
And he gives him a tap. And he stays ahead. Oh my gosh. He really needs that.
Wow. Great driving by John Doe here.
Yeah, oh my gosh. What?
Here we go into the last turn. Oh no, and I've got the finishing results popped up over my screen.
They're still going.
They're still racing.
Make out,
hold it in there, John.
Like John went wide.
Oh, we've got a drag race, I think, here.
Yeah. No, but John's got it. And G. Matthew.
What
GM Matthew,
a finish.
Champion. Wow.
Unbelievable. I believe. Let's tentative. I'm not sure. My math may have been wrong there. Let me double check.
Yeah, we'll get a double check.
Okay, so we got Matthew.
Provisional champ.
Yeah, Matthew, Outlaw, and then Doug with Outlaw gets 10, Doug gets 9 points. And then we have Russ with 8 points. And let's see.
John Doe with 7.
John Doe with 7. Lloyd's with 6.
It ties them? It ties them.
And I think it ties, yeah.
So
T-Guns
can't.
with 5. Chap with 4. And then we have Clark with 3. Griffin with 2.
Oh man, but he barely held together enough to tie. That was amazing. It could have easily went the other way.
Absolutely.
But Matt, look at Matt. He was really consistent. Second, like 4th. If he had just gotten a better race over in that last race, where were we?
At Special Stage Route 5?
Yeah.
Yep, let me just finish tallying the official results here. Let's see, we had Zip Tie with no, wait a minute. DJ gets the last point here. And zeros for Hero and Zip Tie. Sorry, guys. And let's see. Let's get the final tally. And we will have official results. But I believe, as you said, it's going to be a tie. Yeah, we have a tie with Lloyd's and Matthew, both with 39 points each. Third place is Outlaw. And then a tie for, well, tie for third or fourth, depending on how you look at it, with Doug, DGAF, and T-Guns. And then, no, I'm sorry, that's without, oh, wait a minute. Yeah, that's correct.
I'm just typing out the...
And...
typing it out for the guys in the room. Doug had a 32. T-Guns did pretty well in the end. The Hero, unfortunately, because of his dropout, 16 points only. Russ, 16. John Doe. The anonymous guy. Oh, no, R. Clark then John Doe. Clark. 15. John Doe. 15. Chap, 14. Zip Tie, 10. Johnny, 9. Griffin, 3.
Very good racing all around. Gonna have to leave a comment. Hope everybody in the stream enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun to watch. That last race was really something.
Man.
Watching, it made a lot of drama with Lloyd's. I mean, he deserved to win, as you said there. He deserved to win, but it was good that he had to really fight for it. I mean, if he was just one place down, he wouldn't have had enough points to tie Matthew. So that was a really. He really pushed the limit there, right on the edge. But it all turned out okay for him, and he deserved the lead, I think. Deserved the win overall. Really a great driver. He's going to be one to look out for sure in the future.
Yeah. Oh, it looks like Spurgey got in on this late as well. He said he wanted to join in, but yeah. Yeah, Matthew played it like Mercedes, didn't he?
He did.
With the 8-second, because the Bottas was 8 seconds behind the Mercedes. So that's who Outlaw was. Yeah,
Really
that
good
was a
stuff.
lot of
so
fun.
Lloyd's will take home a copy of GTpedia.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Man. Enjoy it.
That'll be some good reading material on the way to national finals. If he is going, right?
Oh no, he's not. He opted out.
He opted out. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll help him prepare for the next year. He said he wanted to. He'd rather go into it next year. I'm sure some guys are going to be wiping sweat from their brows upon hearing that news too.
He's solid. He is so solid. Yeah, but next year, if they let Canada in once again, it's going to be really competitive with him. And if he's that quick in a real car, watch out.
I know.
Eraser's just joined the room. Yeah, it's a little late. Well, I guess I'll wrap up the stream. Looks like people are hanging out in the chat room there. Thank you, Tidney, for the kind words, and hope you all enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun. Great racing.
Yeah.
And, all the way to the end. So that was good stuff. Good car and track selections on your part. So kudos for that. Great job.
Thanks.
And that was a lot of fun. We'll, I don't know, we'll see. I saw you guys asking about if we'll be doing this again. We might do another one, but I don't know. Probably not at this point. But of course, we'll be sure to let you know as much practice as possible, of course, is highly recommended for everyone going to finals. Whether you're going to go this year or you hope to go next year, definitely get as much racing time as you can, because that's really where it matters. How challenging did you find the national finals to be, actually, when you were in San Diego? Was it as tough as you expected, or easier? How did you feel, Eddie?
Yeah, pretty much. It was just, I expected it to be tougher than it ended up being. Not in the sense that the challenge wasn't as great, but once I sat down and kind of got racing, I was able to zone out better than I expected of myself, to put it one way. So, yeah, once you kind of go through the motions, you'll take your shoes off, sit down, get comfortable with the wheel, then you can really just focus, and yeah, you'll know whether you'll be able to focus or not before you get over there. So all the guys that are going, I'm pretty sure, are pretty confident in their abilities. So, especially at least in the virtual stuff. So, but in 2012, it was so different compared to how it's going to be now, how it was last year. So, yeah, I mean, it's going to be intense. You never know what they're going to throw at you.
It's true. So. Looks like more people are joining the room.
Yeah, Spurgey, man. Spurgey and Doodle and the Razor would have made it such an awesome... They would have gave Lloyd's more competition, that's for sure.
Absolutely, yeah, it would have been
Not that these guys aren't fast at all, but it was just like, it would have been even more competition, you know?
Yeah, well, we may have to do another race in the future to give guys some more chances to practice, because it is awfully good racing. Awfully good racing. We'll see. I'll have to check out the numbers. Looks like we had a lot of viewers peaked out at I think around 110 viewers, I think,
Nice.
which is good. I didn't really promote this too much because this is just a practice thing, really, just to get comfortable streaming. So there are no social media posts or anything like that. Just wanted to put something out there, let people check in on this Sunday afternoon, and hopefully everybody enjoyed it. So I had a lot of fun, and just want to say thanks to everybody for tuning in. Hope you all enjoyed it, and with that, I guess I'll be turning off the stream right now. But thanks again, everybody, and hopefully we'll see you around in the forums on GTPlanet. So thanks, guys.
Take care, guys. Thanks for watching.